I can't really guess why Richard wants to sell it. He runs a global business, so there are probably other opportunities that he sees other places in the world that he's going to invest into. But from our point of view, we see it as a rare opportunity to buy a very large-scale, mixed-use, like you said, is very diverse sources of income, from office buildings, from shopping mall, from service apartments. So you're not relying on any single sector of real estate market, but you have multiple sectors.
It's a meeting point in Beijing. You know, I used to live in Beijing. I know that a lot of people used to go there for the Starbucks coffee as well, and also the shopping mall, et cetera, et cetera. But what about Chinese real estate? When people don't want to touch Chinese real estate right now, you think this is an opportunity?
Yeah, we do. I mean, I think obviously there are uncertainties in the market. I think the market is slowing down. So if you have a time frame of the next 2 to 3 years, probably not a good time to invest in Chinese real estate. But we at Gulf Capital and our investors, we take a much longer outlook. We typically look at 5 years, 8 years type of time frame.
Yeah.
If you have that kind of long-term view, it's a good investment.
But you're not in the ultra-sensitive part of the market, which is, of course, mass housing and residential. I mean, being in retail, being in service departments, that caters to a different market than people looking for first-time home ownership, and of course, commercial as well. Can you describe the property for us? I mean, is it a turnkey operation, up and running, already has, fully leased or close to fully leased, or what? What's the, is it going to be earnings accretive for Gulf Capital from day one?
Sure. Yes, it's already completed property. In fact, it's been around for something like 15, 18 years.
Right.
So it's been around for a while. Location is really good. It's inside the Third Ring Road, on the subway exit. We have direct access into the subway.
And right next to the Bar Street in
only one block from the village of Sanlitun, which is now the most popular retail and F&B and entertainment spots in Beijing. And we know that market well because, in fact, we are one of the investors in the village in Sanlitun, together with Swire Properties.
Oh.
We just sold. We actually just sold our stake to them. It was announced maybe a month and a half ago. And the price we sold at is about double the price of what we paid for PCPD.
Yeah, now, you also have properties in the U.S. as well. You own the Roosevelt Hotel in L.A. for one. Can you talk to me about opportunity in China versus opportunities in the U.S.? Because some say the U.S. real estate sector is, that's a recovery story that you should buy into right now.
Sure. We are ourselves also very active in the U.S. We have separate funds that we manage, which are investing in the U.S. markets.
Yeah. But if you had $1 to spend, would you spend that in the U.S. right now or in China?
That's depends on your time frame, right? If you have a 2 to 3 year outlook, I think U.S. is better. If you have a 5 year plus outlook, I think China is as good as anywhere in the world. In 5 years' time, 8 years' time, that would be 1 or 2 real estate cycles. And I think China is still going to be the largest, highest growth real estate market in the world.
Did you feel that, because Gulf Capital is a closely held company in the PE space, did you feel that you were a preferred buyer, that, the people in the government standing by looking at, observing this transaction gave you tacit approval because of who you are? I mean, is PE getting a leg up over other capital structures in buyout firms?
Within China, you're talking about?
Within China.
Not necessarily. I think if you're a local buyer, it will still be easier because you don't need to go through an approval process. This particular transaction is not a good example because it's a purely offshore transaction. PCPD is a Hong Kong listed company. Our funds are offshore, so we're just doing the deal offshore. So it's not a good example. But generally, if you have local money, it's easier to do transactions.